I just to refresh my memory, I went back and watched the story that we did back at your home in Texas when you had just come home from Tokyo. And the last thing, one of the last things you said was that you were just really hoping to go to Paris. That was just kind of a vision. When you put yourself back in that mindset, could you have imagined that you would have achieved the success that you've achieved?
I was just thinking about it today, how I finished Tokyo. Just thinking about like your first Olympic experience and then moving on to my second one. I think I finished Tokyo just really sad and disappointed in my performance. But of course, like you grow so much in the span of, 3 to 4 years. So it had that next opportunity in Paris I was really excited for, but I could have never imagined it going so well. Even, a couple months leading up to Paris, I don't think I imagined how good it would be.
You just talked about growth. How did your mindset grow? What was the difference going into the Paris Games versus Tokyo?
Yeah, in Tokyo, I felt like I really didn't belong, but in Paris, I was just more confident within myself. I had graduated college. It was my first year being a professional. So just having a little bit more experience underneath my belt. And, I just kept getting better. My marks kept getting better, my confidence. And I just think all of those combined just created a great experience while I was there.
When you think about that time in your preparation, and you're still training, so you still have these moments, is there
Yeah.
a mantra or a verse or a piece of wisdom that you are like repeating to yourself? Maybe on hard days, maybe on good days to celebrate. What is that thing that you carry with you?
Um, Always just say keep the faith. Like I can see how good things can, how quickly things can happen, how quick God can turn a situation around. And I just kind of keep that and I hold on to that. So just never losing like faith or never losing sight of the goal really helps me. And just knowing that, like, yes, it's a bad day today, but it can turn around so quickly. So just kind of keeping on to that. And I think that's my motivation, just knowing how good it can get. And yeah, that's really like my main goal that I always think about when I'm practicing.
So putting ourselves back in Paris, talking about how good it can get. Was there a moment when it clicked for you that you had earned an Olympic medal, like that it just kind of registered?
Yeah, so in the triple jump, that was my first event. It was maybe the second half of the Olympics, but like right in the beginning for track and field. And so, of course, like this event was not really looking too hot for me, kind of leading up to Paris. But I was like, no, I'm going to trust myself. I'm just going to go full force. If I'm hesitating and I'm not confident, it's not going to be a good result no matter what. So I just really just went for it. And then once I found out that I had gotten Olympic medal, I was on cloud nine. My whole family was there to watch and support. My coach, it was his first Olympic medal as well. So yeah, just a lot of like emotions, a lot of tears, a lot of happy tears. But knowing I have to, kind of bring myself back down to get ready to compete in a couple more days. It was a little challenging, but it was exciting at the same time.
So you go into that second competition having earned a medal. Like, what was your mindset with that? Was it like, okay, I'm gonna try, or were you like, you know what, I already have time, like I'm just gonna give it? Like, how did you like gather yourself to then go compete again?
Yeah. So honestly gave me more confidence. And I think like even just competing, like knowing that you're competing against someone that already like did it, someone that already has a medal. I'm used to competing both events. I've done it from middle school, from college. Like I've just always done it. So like I wasn't worried about my legs or feeling tired, anything like that. It was just exciting. And then to know that I had another opportunity and the long jump was an event that I was more confident in the moment. So to just go out there again was really awesome. And all the girls were nice too. They're all congratulating me on my medal before.
Sense, I think we get to see maybe a tiny bit of it if you're watching NBC coverage, but like being there, being around other women, household names, newer to the game, all the things, like what is the camaraderie like in that space, even though you're competing against each other?
Yeah, I would say one, like the team, like being part of Team USA, I think it's really cool. We're just such a dominant country, and we have like our own building in the Olympic Village, so that alone is cool. You get to see like all the athletes in there, and then being around the other girls in your event. Like, of course, you really want to beat everyone, but it's really the same girls that I've competed against,
Yeah.
for some time now. So just kind of seeing their progression, and it really is a lot of high highs and low lows. And you kind of get to see everyone have that. It's either the Olympics for everyone is either like their best moment, or it's like something you'll remember forever in a not so good way. So, I feel like at the end of the day, everyone's pretty supportive, but we all really want to beat each other.
Fair. What you even just going to the Olympics with your two events made history, period. You're not any medals, you're already doing a historic thing. Then medal in both. I mean, when you talk about, shattering expectations and breaking ceilings and just pushing the bar on, you're so young. Uh, what does that mean to you? Like to know that on the same games in two spaces you broke a record, like you made history.
Yeah. I think it's just honestly the type of person I am. I'm always like, what can I do that maybe someone else isn't doing? When it comes to like school or track or just like, in the future, that's just something I was kind of raised. My mom was always like, everything we do in excellence. And so yeah, I just wouldn't expect anything less of myself. And if I'm going to do something, I want to be the best. So that's always my motivation and my goal. And I'm always so thankful that I get to do both events. I know a lot of people, they kind of stop, in college or, in their professional career, but I think it's fun. It pushes me in different aspects and in different ways that I wouldn't if I just chose one.
Ask you about your parents because I think on your mom's Instagram, I think her bio says something like mother of an Olympian, a doctor, and what is the third one?
A cane corso.
What did it mean to be able to have your parents there? Because I know Tokyo they didn't get to go, but they were.
Yeah. Yeah, in Paris, I had my whole family. I had my mom, my dad, my sister, who's the doctor of the family, my grandparents, my cousins, my godparents, just family friends. Like I had so much support there. So it was just so magical. And I really just wanted to make them proud. I think that was also a big like factor and a big part of my motivation was just like making them proud, bringing happiness to my family, and because they support me in everything and they're always there for me. So this is like kind of me giving back in a way, even though they all came out still to support.
What is your message to young girls who, whether it's athletic, whether it's not, who just really want to do something that hasn't been done before?
Mm-hmm.
Like what motivation?
Um, Honestly, just like follow that message, like that's in your heart. If it's something you can't stop thinking about, like I always just really lean into it and don't let what everyone else is doing stop you. I think, especially in high school and in college, it's really easy to get distracted and see, like, hey, they get to do X, Y, and Z, and they're always hanging out with their friends. And I always feel like I was busy with track or school or doing things like that weren't so like glamorous, or whatever. But yeah, just staying focused on your goal and really following your dream and your heart because it will all be worth it in the end. And I'm just so thankful that I stuck with everything and that I didn't give up and that I just stayed committed to my sport.
That's what I want to ask you about. You've used the word confidence a lot. And I love that. And I think that there is this big push to, work with young women on being confident in all the spaces. And sports is such a big space that they do that. How do you build your confidence?
Honestly, kind of just like fake it till you make it. That's how I finally got to where I'm at. And of course, I'm only 23, so I'm still like working on it and there's still parts, but I just think of myself as a person and just being disciplined. My discipline makes me confident. Just kind of owning. Like I remember in middle school, I was the tallest girl and I was like, oh my gosh, this sucks. But like once you just embrace whatever you have or whatever is working for you, like it will just make everything so much better. So just leaning into it and fake it till you make it because then you'll eventually start to believe it yourself and then it'll be real confidence.
Yeah. And life is so many, you've got this huge accomplishment, but your life is so many other things too. I'd love to hear. Okay, but let's start with the fun stuff. So you are dating a fellow Olympian, also in the track and field space.
Yeah, so my boyfriend runs the 200 and the 100, but he competed in Paris in the 4x1 and the 200 for Liberia. So he's in the track world. He placed seventh and then got seventh in Paris, fifth in Tokyo. So we're on the same wavelength. He gets it. His whole family was there too. So it was a lot of fun for like both of our families to like really everyone got to meet. Grandparents got to meet. His family's from Liberia. So everyone, yeah, they really got to like connect, which was a lot of fun.
Love it. How did you guys meet?
We met in Tokyo. I was at another school and then I transferred to Florida and he was already at Florida. So we kind of met there and then we hung out once like I got to school and yeah, we
Like Olympic Village flirting? Was it like
I feel like it happens kind of a lot in the Olympic Village. You know, you have like the best athletic bodies and breeding, I feel like would be from there. So
amazing people just in one
yeah.
spot? What is the having a partner who really just like gets what you're doing and gets your focus and has a similar focus? Are y'all able to like push each other? Do you like train together or do you keep it separate?
Yeah, we do train together. Like we're out there at the same time, but I don't we don't really talk as much like when we're out there. I kind of like to do my own thing. He does his own thing. My parents worked together for a very long time, so they kind of like broke it down like business. So I let him do his own thing. I'll cheer for him. But yeah, he gets it. We're able to, you know, go to a lot of the same meets. So if they're overseas and Europe, we'll be able to like travel together all the time, which is nice to just have someone familiar, someone that you're comfortable with whenever you're far away.
Obsessed with that. Love it. And then I guess like my last question for you. I mean, you've got that. I mean, you're still training, you're a professional athlete, and you're also pursuing your MBA.
Yes. I just, well, my goal outside of track, I would love to be like a CMO or like a VP. So I'm like, I need to get that degree. Like, you know, of course, I do obviously have my BS in marketing, but I need a little more to add to the, you know, my resume when it comes to my life after track. So I just have big goals and I don't know. I like learning. I think it's fun and it's just something to do, something that kind of takes my mind away from track all the time.
Yeah, I love it. I have a feeling you're going to be very successful.
I hope so.
My favorite moment. Can you see it? Can you bring it out for us? I'd love to see your medal.
Oh, yes, of course. So it's my Olympic bronze medal. And then it has the Eiffel Tower in the center. And so I love her. I sleep next to her every night. She's in my nightstand.
Where do you keep an Olympic medal?
Yeah, I know. I need to like find a better way to display, but I've honestly just been like busy doing other things that I haven't, you know, found a way to display my uniforms and my bibs and all that stuff. But I'm very proud of her.
And we are proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we? I'm assuming you're going to go try to go to the Olympics again. If
Yes.
that's the goal. So that CMO and doing fun things and finding a case for your medal and your uniform.
Yes. Those are my goals.
Thank you so much for your time. We're so grateful.
Thank you.